Hi.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
May I have your name, please?
I'm Mozart.
Thank you so much for coming, Mr. Mozart. I started listening to classical music, of course, with Mozart's music.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for the wonderful, beautiful music. Please give us your words.
I am good at expressing myself through musical notes, but I am poor at expressing myself through words. So I don't know what the story will be like. The fact that I'm here means that I have something to say, so I'd like to talk about it freely.
Thank you in advance. I'm very happy to hear you. Thank you.
Well, the world that has always been happening inside me has been a world of freedom. The sunlight was shining, the birds were singing, the leaves were rustling, and the wind was blowing. I always dreamed of such a bright and comfortable world. That kind of world was in my mind every day, and I wanted to somehow express it. They become notes, music scores, and are released into the world. At that time, I realized that I was good at expressing my inner world through musical notation, and so I started doing that. Sound is a very fascinating world. The sound of the piano was especially ideal for me. What a useful tool! When my fingers press the piano keys, this sound takes the place of my words and the piano expresses its world. I loved the piano. And I put the inspiration that comes one after another into sheet music and play the song. Within that, the wind is blowing, the light is pouring in, and the birds are singing. The sky is blue, the grass is green, and a girl is running through the refreshing grassland, dancing lightly. That's the kind of world I can begin to see. I didn't have the ability to express this in words or pictures. However, I thought that if I were to express this in musical notation, I could express it as freely as I wanted. By playing the piano, I can project the world inside me into the sound of the piano. I never thought there would be such a free and wonderful worldview. And when I play the piano, I certainly bring the worldview that is unfolding in my mind down onto the piano keys. So the music I play naturally ends up expressing the world inside my mind. My fingers were moving freely on the piano keys in a truly genius and miraculous way, in a way that was worthy of expressing this world. It was free and flexible. Even though I couldn't see or hear, I felt that the fingers moving on these keys expressed everything. And when I was playing music, and writing my first song, I felt like it was the voice of God that came to me. The words or thoughts of God in heaven are pouring down upon me. I walk freely in that world, running around everywhere, feeling the full light and the space. And strangely enough, the world inside my mind was free to suddenly change scene. I think that has influenced the dynamics of the piano pieces I play. In my mind, I can express that worldview in any way I want. When my fingers expressed one world after another on the piano keys, the music was like nothing I had ever heard before. I could not have asked for a better job. And also when I presented this piece to the royal palace, I saw a kingdom, a very large and majestic world, spreading out in my world. So all I had to do was run my fingers over the keys on it. By doing that, the song was completed automatically. I, more than anyone else, was most pleased that I could do such a wonderful job. Then the song caught the king's attention, and I had the honor of presenting it to him. All of these songs will remain as Mozart's masterpieces until a later time. Thinking about it gave me goosebumps. I was moved. A piece of music, perhaps, convey the same emotion that I feel today, even if it is 10, 50, 100, or even 1,000 years from now. I believe so. For example, if it were a painting, its ability to convey information might be halved when the paint decays, and the colors fade. However, if it were a musical note, and music were notated and placed on a sheet of music, It should be able to express the same thing even after hundreds or even thousands of years. Perhaps depending on the instruments used, the view of the world may change. However, I believe it is possible to create the same view of the world. Without ever dying out, it can be passed on to future generations. And even to people in different countries, in different languages. I think music is a very wonderful thing. In that sense, I believe that if you listen to this song without understanding the words or knowing the difficult things, you will be able to understand my message in the world of each person. Some people may see the same worldview as I do, and others may feel differently. So I think this music is really wonderful. I can convey the emotions I feel here and now to the people of the future. I believe that it's a wonderful thing to be able to convey my worldview, the worldview that I felt, without fading, to people of the future, or even to people in foreign countries who do not speak my language. So I still cannot stop doing this. There's nothing better than music. So I decided to devote my life, all my life, to this world of music. My talents would be kept alive and I would be able to leave it for future generations. I'm filled with joy. I would be happy if as many people as possible could hear this message.
Thank you very much. In today's musical scale, for example, the C note is a little higher. What is your feeling about this issue, which we might call tuning?
I think there was some influence from another world on that.
I see.
This might have been the work of people who seek to pursue and control sounds that are comfortable for humans. Because of this, I think there were opportunities when they had to change the overall color and tone.
So that's why we feel a little uneasy.
Yes.
So basically, a slightly lower pitch was expressed as the original sound?
Yes, that's the original.
I understand, thank you. There are many different types of music, including classical and contemporary music. I think there are various images that come to mind when listening to music, but I think there are some people who don't feel that way. It may be difficult to visualize the scenery in our mind, but I would be grateful if you could give us some advice on how to get a sense of it.
I think that is very difficult. Since that is a matter of the world you feel, it is difficult to give a clear answer as to what you should do. This is because people's sensitivities vary from person to person. In addition, this is not just a matter of this life. I think that's probably the case. In other words, what experiences did you have in your past lives? That may also change people's sensitivities. So, some small children have a rich and sensitive view of the world, but even adults may find it hard to understand this. So I don't think it's easy to say that doing things this way will make things better. But one thing I think about is the feeling of loving someone. I think you should experience that feeling first. I think whether you have someone you like, whether you have someone you love, is a very big issue. Even if you talk about sensitivity to someone who has never loved anyone, and does not feel such a heightened sense of spirituality, it's probably his or her own view of the world, I think. I believe that when you convey that worldview in the same way to someone who has a wealth of experiences in that area of thought, various worlds will be conveyed as shades within that person. So, I think it's important to experience all the emotions that people have, whether it's sadness, joy, or anger, and to experience this kind of worldview. No matter how great the sound you put on an emotionless, apathetic place, there will be no emotion. I think that if we do that, the music would be like a computer. In that sense, whether it be love relationships, friendships, family, etc. It's useful to have a wide variety of experiences and experience the world of emotions that unfold within you, especially in human relationships, I think. I think so.
Thank you very much. When we feel all these different things and then listen to music, we start to understand even more.
That's right.
Is that what art is all about?
Probably so. I think the experiences you have accumulated in your life will be useful.
Yes, I understand. I want to become someone who can fully receive it. Thank you very much for today.
Thank you.